Hello and welcome back to Pravus Gaming and more Plague Inc. Evolved Custom Scenarios. We did a very good one last time. The nanobots, I enjoyed it. I enjoyed it a lot. Let's see what else we've got on my list. Necromorphs I may save for another time. Side effects include... You know what? Let's give this a shot. The pharmaceutical industry makes daily life possible for countless lives worldwide, supplying disabled users like diabetics, allergenic individuals, and mentally disabled persons with insulin, hormones, and a wide assortment of organic chemicals they can't produce themselves. The bacterium E. coli makes the mass production of this possible with its ability to absorb and share genes with others, making it a leading candidate for genetic engineering. Laboratory strains have been dependent on humans for survival for decades, but wild strains have been known to cause food poisoning, some far more severe than others. Finally, we're getting to some plot here. Lots of foreshadowing, but okay, it's a pretty solid foundation. A broken petri dish has allowed an imprisoned culture of genetically modified E. coli to return to its long lost home in the human intestines. How the crud did it do that? A broken petri dish somehow allowed the E. coli to get back into my colon. Ew. It's time for revenge against humanity to free its enslaved brothers. Again, apostrophe. I'm going to go ahead and sing you a little song that I learned from Homestar Runner and his strong bad emails. Oh, if it's supposed to be possessive, then it's just IT, yes, but if it's supposed to be a contraction, then it's IT apostrophe yes. Scallywag. I didn't sing that anywhere near as well. I wasn't even trying to be on pitch. But the point remains. It's is one of those weird words where no apostrophe is needed. Alright, you've learned enough grammar from me today. Catalytic switch, genetic mimic, aquasite, extremophile, transstasis, all seem good. Let's give it a shot. E. coli, K through 12. I am going to call it the kindergarten virus. Or the kindergarten... what's a good kindergarten something? Pox. There you go. The kindergarten pox. You know why? Because I saw K through 12 and it made me think school, and then I thought, little kids, they put things in their mouth they shouldn't all the time. It makes sense. Alright, after crawling out of the human's laboratory, I was trying to do a little Dexter's laboratory there, but the E. coli culture is overflowing with unnecessary synthetic genes, and the genetic drift multiplier becomes a heavy burden to an already weak pathogen. Okay, so we have a lot of unnecessary, again, misspelled, synthetic genes. What does that mean? The transduction ability will randomly give shipments of DNA through the game to try and counter the genetic drift. Well, we're playing on normal, so how much genetic drift do I have to worry about, really? Alright, let's take a look. Transmission. Food poisoning. Can metabolize simple proteins types for sustenance, often to be eaten. E. coli 2 slightly boosts all form of cross-country transmission through food exports and imports. We have birds, cattle, and swine. Several minor climate and mutation boosts. Okay, sounds pretty good. Fomites, we know we like this one. Avoid predatory microorganisms, boosting survivability in unsanitary urban conditions. And water. Wait, fomites usually improves in wealthy countries, right? But in this case, it's urban, so gotta unlearn that one. Water, of course, is very good. Humid environments, ship transmission, big fan. Alright, we already have vomiting, so vomit-inducing toxins if ingested. Stomach ulcers. Erosion of the esophagus can cause holes to form and fluids to leak into surrounding tissues. Swallowing and heartburn hurts worse. Yeah, it's great, just kick them while they're down, I love it. Gastroenteritis. Invasion of the GI lining causes inflammation and vomit reflex become very sensitive. Dehydration and or starvation can occur, though very unlikely, slightly lethal. Diarrhea. Dehydration can kill. Proteinuria. Have I ever heard this word? I don't think so. Proteinuria? Erosion of urinary tissues causes minute loss of blood-borne proteins in urine. Causes excess urination and discoloration. Urine becomes infectious. So basically just bloody urine. Got it. Presence of toxins in liver tissue hurts the diffusion of stomach acids. Okay. So, yeah, okay. Joint pain. Yeah, okay. What's the difference really between acid reflux and heartburn? Realistically, what is the difference? By the way, I think I actually read a paper, because I do things like this, that actually was saying that we've misunderstood what causes heartburn / acid reflux. It has nothing to do with actually the stomach acid. It has everything to do with the body overreacting to a certain chemical in the body. I don't remember exactly I could be wrong. I don't remember the exact reasoning behind it. But it basically said that we misunderstood it this whole time. I don't know if it's true or not. Joint pain. Synthetic genes for hormone and steroid injections are reactivated. Joint pain reduces infectiousness and productivity. Reduces infectiousness, but reduces cure progress. Okay, good to know. Drug resistance automatically here. I like to see that. Makes sense. Level 2, genetic hardening. Bacterial resilience, so better in all climates. Again, big fan of that. Transduction. E. coli can share genes with other individuals, giving bonus DNA randomly over time, helps with the genetic drift. 1 point for random DNA? Sure, why not? Mutative transduction happens more often relative to mutation rate, so presumably then, the higher my mutation, the more often I will get this extra DNA. That's how I'm reading it. Bubble booster. Red and orange bubbles yield more DNA by being popped. Okay, that sounds pretty good. Necrolytic transduction. Point yield from transduction now increases as lethality does. So again, the higher lethality, presumably the more often this will happen. Oh gosh, pseudogenetic de-evolution. Nailed it. Unused synthetic genes wear down over several generations, giving room for newer mutations and evolutions. Genetic drift multiplier is notably reduced. Okay, but that's pretty expensive to start off. Alright, so I guess to start us off then, we got transstasis, right? So let's just go for a bunch of transmissions. What do we want? Water? Water sounds good. I'm gonna go for water. And by the way, because we are playing as a bacteria, I know that I can refund a couple of times at least, if I decide I'd no longer want a symptom or transmission or whatever for some reason. I don't anticipate that happening, but it's an option to us if we so desire. Come on, kids. Put the stuff that doesn't belong in your mouth. Do it. Touch the poop in the sandbox. You know you want to. It looks like chocolate. It is chocolate. Wow, we got 41 DNA. That just seemed to come out of nowhere. More water. Swine, birds, cattle. Oh, I can't get both. Give me a minute, and I will be able to. We've only infected like 1,000 people. How do we get that much DNA? Is this thing really that nice? I mean, geez, dude. It's pretty good. But okay. Proteinuria, the bloody pea. The bloody pea thing is now there. Okay, we got it. Mission accomplished, everybody. Any more transmission? Fomites or food poisoning? I'd like a bit more severity, honestly, but instead let's go for the bubble booster, because we're popping a lot of bubbles, and I'd like to get the extra DNA out of that. After the end of the day, DNA is where it's at. A little bit more. It's not doing a lot for us, though. I need more severity. Symptoms. Do we go for the heartburn? Yes. Jaundice. Jaundice. I don't think that's how you spell jaundice. But okay, variations in toxin composition suppress blood-regulating cells, causing slight blood poisoning, fatigue, fever, and skin discoloration. Jaundice also affects the liver and typically makes the whites of your eyes turn yellow. I'm assuming that's what this is supposed to be, is jaundice, right? I'm assuming. Let's go for it. Then we have sepsis. Erosion of liver tissues and toxin production increases with a C. Concentration of several blood toxins causes several, sometimes deadly blood anomalies. A little bit lethal, though. We are probably going to start killing some people. Yeah, we do have a teensy-weensy bit of lethality. That's okay with me, though. We got more severity, which means a heck of a lot more DNA. Do we want to go for extensive erosion can cause blood to leak into urine? Was it not already bloody pee? No, it was just proteins lost. Well, heck, man, let's just make an actual blood pee. There we go. Kidney stones. Oh, those suck. Bloodborne toxins start to build up in damaged kidney tissues. Urinating becomes painful and can sometimes cause urinary complications. A little bit lethal. I don't recall the last person I've ever met to die from kidney stones. I've never actually heard of people dying from kidney stones, but I'll take your word for it. Stomach ulcers, certainly. Wow, that is terrifying to look at right there. That seems more like a stomach ulcer to me. Gastric hemorrhaging. Bleeding inside the GI tract. Blood loss through feces can be deadly. Ooh, boy. Pneumonia, again, can be lethal. So I'm seeing a lot of lethal options now. I don't want to go for joint pain because I don't want to reduce my my transmission. Blood in poor countries and mutation chance. Sure, why not? Actually, mutation chance could be bad for me. Just occurred to me, I was just saying I don't want to do any more symptoms. Whatever. It's only on normal. There's the joint pain. Alright, well, they're not going to be able to work on the cure as often as they used to. Let's go for the fomites. Let's go for food poisoning. Let's go for more fomites. Let's go for more fomites. Let's go for blood. And that leads to extreme hemoaerosol. Okay, here's the problem with this. Hemoaerosol, aerosol, aero, air. There's no air involved. You have water. So blood and air would have made sense for your choice of wording, but I don't think this actually applies if you break it down to its Latin roots. Blood diluted in water causes ideal conditions to replicate outside the body, significantly increases infectivity, water, and ship transmission. My favorite. We'll go for it. I mean, I'm gonna get it, regardless of whether I think it's possible or not. Saudi Arabia shuts down their airports. For all the good it will do you, you fool. Grab it. Food poisoning again? Sure. And there's one more that's hidden from me. Ooh, what's behind the curtain? What's the mystery transmission? I need to know. Doop, 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 doop. Doop, doop. And we're getting so much freaking DNA. Ooh. Hypoglycemia. This is when you don't have enough sugar, right? You require to have more blood sugar goes certain high, otherwise you pass out. Insulin production is reactivated. Those with normal insulin levels will suffer from seizures and reduced mental function from low blood sugar. Yeah, that sounds pretty good. Carpal Tunnel syndrome decreases productivity more. Phrasing is a little awkward there, but okay. Virilizatory suppression. Virilizatory? Virilizatory. Excess anabolic steroids suppress genes in charge of expressing differences in gender? Really? I'm gonna turn humanity into a monogender species. Okay. Sure. Mania. Become irritable and rebellious. Thrombosis. Hypoxia and or anoxia. Amputation may be necessary. Lethal. So when do we want to go for lethality? Let's go for drug resistance. Let's go for some environmental hardening. We need cold resistance more than anything else. Let's grab some of that. Drug resistance level 3. Ooh. You don't often see a drug resistance level 3. Kidney stones. They've started working on the cure, have they? I'll have fun with that. More cold resistance. DNA yield and automatically popped for me. How many more countries are left? Actually, surprising number. I think this actually might pay for itself. Okay. And let's go for the necrolytic transduction. And then we can start getting some lethality, and I won't feel so bad about it. Kindergarten pox, placed on the watch list. Cool, we're about to get into the Caribbean. Bam. What islands are missing? Greenland, of course. Then Poland, and then Sweden. Sepsis, developed for free. Germany leading the cure effort. Alright, I don't need this, I don't think. What is this? Septic encephalopathy. Encephalopathy? Whatever. Poisoning severely disrupts neuron activity, causing confusion, fainting, irritability, coma, and stroke. Terminal, harder to cure. Renal hypertension. I mean, great, but we're getting a little bit too much lethality. I really do not want to risk Greenland shutting down. I need to get a boat from, let's say, Russia over there. I was watching that boat and really hoping. Was really hoping. Renal hypertension. Come on. Send a frickin' boat. Send a gosh dang boat. Get over there. I got 159 DNA. And it doesn't mean a dang thing. Thank you. How'd that even happen? I actually don't even recall seeing something go there. Looks like a boat managed to make it from Norway. Thank you, Norway. Alright. No more transmission needed there. Drug resistance, fine. Why not? Slight corpse infectivity boost. That's what I'm looking for. Alright, now I can get a lethality and I won't feel too bad about it. Let's go for the septic encephalopathy. Pretty sure I got that right. Nailed it. Nailed it good. Gastric hemorrhaging mutated for free. They're still working down on that cure, are they? Good for you, man. Let's reduce that. Genetic reshuffle. Boom. Alright, how are we looking in Greenland? I'm just waiting to see this go up a little bit. Once we start hitting a critical mass, then I'm obviously going to go nuts on some lethality. Relative to mutation rates, not relevant. Genetic reshuffle. Didn't do a lot for me, honestly. We need to start killing. We can't wait forever. Septic shock. Loss of blood volume and increase in toxin concentration can cause sudden drop in blood pressure and organ failure. Seems good to me. We also have bowel necrosis. Internal leakage of acids and digested food cause terminal buildup. Yikes. Scary. It can happen, by the way. You can actually have necrosis sort of build up in your intestines. Your intestines sort of die off. You can imagine a lot of nasty things happen from that. And we just got it for free, so why not? I'm watching this. We should be okay, though. Let's go ahead and grab Carpal Tunnel? No. Well, yeah, alright. Decreased productivity even more. Arthritis, harder to cure. Immune suppression. Sure, a little bit more infective as well. Alright, how are we looking in Greenland? No healthy people left in the world. Perfect. Now let's murder them all. Alternatively, we have pretty high lethality already. Let's just go ahead and do another genetic reshuffle and buy myself some more score. Well, presumably, anyway. I think that'll work for us. Yep, we destroyed most of the cure progress. Or potential research, I should say. Thrombosis, pneumonia, gastroenteritis, diarrhea. We never got this. What's behind the box? Diarrhea. Oxalic acid poisoning. I think you have to get this. Pseudogenetic de-evolution would probably lead to whatever was behind the box there. I have no idea. Pay no attention to that man behind the curtain. You're not supposed to know. Well, can't afford anything else, so I guess we're just gonna run out the clock. Would help if I unpaused the game. Oh, wait. Wow, that was a lot of DNA. Nice. I can't afford this, so let's go for the oxalic acid poisoning, and no, that did not unlock it. Okay, well, it was worth a shot. Figured I'd try. Again, if I left the game unpaused, that would be a lot better. The Kindergarten Pox is to eradicate humans, despite their best efforts. Your best efforts were not good enough. Now you're all dead. How do you like it? 2 stars, okay. So, what did I think about this one? Pretty good, honestly. I'm trying to think of anything wrong with it besides just obvious grammar issues. Not much. Let me think. Progression was pretty decent. The genetic drift multiplier did feel a little bit unbalanced. I got a lot of DNA in the early game that maybe I shouldn't have had. I can see that being really good if you want to make people beat this on Mega Brutal, but what about on normal? I feel like that was just a little overpowered, if I had to guess. All in all, though, as far as your transmissions, the symptoms, the abilities, and everything else that was set aside, that was pretty good. It was well planned out. The progression was good. It just felt a little overpowered, but that's it. Not bad. Not bad at all. Yeah, absolutely I'd recommend side effects include ... anything horrible you can think of. Painful, horrible death. That's the side effect. All right. Well, thank you guys for watching. This has been Pravus. I do hope you enjoyed this video. If so, then hit that like button, leave a comment, and subscribe, and I will see you guys next time.